Alex's sex self-identification legislation does not make sense. What he's proposing will allow people to change their sex in law when no human in history has been able to change their sex. It's not physically possible, so why offer people the ability in law? Here is Alex's response to ACON after they were lobbying him to update the quote, gender markers on birth certificates. There is no such thing as a gender marker when it comes to being born. You are either male or female. Sex is determined at conception by your DNA, and it's stamped into every cell of your body. Those born with an intersex condition are still male with a disorder of sex development, or female with a disorder of sex development. The foundations of Alex's bill are rooted in obtuse logic he won't accurately explain, where you can exist on two planes, one of gender or agender, and the other of binary or non-binary, with an ephemeral masculine or feminine essence. You pick a spot that suits you on that day, and you can change how when you feel like it. You can't change your sex, so we should not allow people to change their sex in law. It's anti-reality. Alex's proposed legislation makes no sense. Looking at the wording of how it's been promoted, they're saying it's about gender. If it's about gender, then why can you change your sex from male or female? Birth certificates are male or female. This is sex, not your perceived identity or sense of self. If you ignore American English, discrimination is not a naughty word or a bad word, it's just a word. Discrimination means the recognition and understanding of the difference between one thing and another. Discrimination of the sexes is good, again, ignoring American English. There needs to be categories for male and female. Men are not women, and women are not men. The differences between the sexes are a reality, and while they can be a cause of concern, they are very often a strength. If a man were to lose his sex organs in a motorbike accident, it does not make them a woman or any less of a man. And if a woman were to lose their breasts due to cancer, it does not make them a man or any less a woman. No matter what, you are still male or female, as your birth certificate states, and should continue to state. Sex can be observed before you're even born. The human body declares your biological sex. It is not assigned at birth, as ACON and the ABC like to say. No one can change their sex. Alex's bill does not make sense and needs to be voted down in Parliament. The bill is proposing you abolish what you know and allow people to pick what they want, be it M for male, F for female, or a made-up X for some category based on how you see yourself, not how you are. If you commit a crime, what jail do you go to? One based on how the government sees you, male or female? Should a man be allowed to pay $150, tick a box, and allow them to legally identify as a woman? Should they then go to the women's correctional facility? I could pay $150 to change sex just to offset the car insurance costs, and I don't even have malicious intent. Imagine what some people will do. The only way this makes sense is if you look at the way they're framing it. They're saying it's to enable people over 16 to register a change of sex or gender without the need to remove a sex organ. To translate what the removal of a sex organ means, it means sterilisation. Here is Teddy Cook from ACON in The Guardian saying that legal gender recognition laws in New South Wales and other states still force surgical sterilisation to update a birth certificate. And again on TransHub saying that
may result in sterilisation.
But even then, it's stupid, because gender identity is in the mind. It's not your physical body.
Right? It doesn't make you male or female, it's all up here.
Being a sterile male or a sterile female does not make you the opposite sex, and it does not entitle you to sex-segregated spaces. Alex's sex self-identification bill makes absolutely no sense, and the bill should not be passed into law. Other countries and provinces around the world have blocked sex self-identification laws. New South Wales should do the same thing too.